What's up, YouTube fam? Mel here. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Double Helping. So with Cinco de Mayo right around the corner, I figured it was time for me to share with you one of my go-to meals, and that is a Mexican-inspired chicken grain bowl. Not only is it delicious, but it's full of healthy, wholesome ingredients, which I know you'll love. Before we get into how to make my bowl, let me just go over a few things. Follow us on Instagram where we share additional wellness tips and recipes. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click that notification bell to stay up to date on new videos, and share our channel with friends and family also interested in health and wellness. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our recipe. Hope you enjoy. All right, so first we're gonna start with our rice quinoa mix. I know what you're thinking, really Mel? Quinoa is not good. However, we're making this with white rice and adding some additional flavors so you won't even think about the fact that it's in the bowl. I'm going to add half of a cup of quinoa and half of a cup of white rice to a medium-sized bowl, and I'm just gonna wash it the way my granny taught me. Just add water to the bowl and move the grains back and forth in between your hands. I'm gonna do this for about 30 to 45 seconds and then drain off as much excess water as possible because I don't want soggy rice. Next, I'm going to add the rice to 2 cups of boiling water, which I already have on the stove, and stir. Y'all, don't forget to add a pinch of salt to your water. I'm gonna bring this to a boil and reduce my heat to low and allow it to simmer for about 20 minutes. Just in case you didn't realize, you can cook quinoa the same way you cook rice. The key to perfect rice is not to stir it while it's simmering. So I just let it sit until about 20 minutes. Then I'll check to see if the water is gone, remove it from heat if so, and then fluff it all up. Now, while that cooks, I actually am going to make my chicken. Here you'll see I have 1 pound of chicken strips. I'm adding about half of a juiced lemon and water to clean it first. Then I'm going to drain out my water, add 1 teaspoon of avocado oil and about 1 to 2 teaspoons of Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute to the chicken. I'm making sure not to over season the chicken because I'm going to be adding other flavors to the bowl and I don't want the chicken seasoning to overpower it. If you don't have 21 seasoning salute, you can use your favorite all-purpose seasoning. Then I'm gonna just place this in my air fryer for about 15 to 20 minutes at 350 and turn the chicken halfway through. You can also cook this in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes. I just like to use the air fryer for my chicken breast instead because it's easier. Just make sure it doesn't dry it out. Next, let's make a vinaigrette for the rice. Remember I told you the quinoa was not going to be boring. So I'm going to be using my single serve blender cup and combining 3 tablespoons of lime juice. Now don't make fun of me for using my lemon juicer. It works the same, and as long as it's clean, I feel like it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to add in 1/4 of a cup of avocado oil, or you can use olive oil. Then I'm adding 2 cloves of garlic. Now I love garlic, but if you're not as much of a fan, you can just use 1 clove or do garlic powder to taste. Then I'm going to add 1/4 a cup of freshly chopped cilantro, about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. Then just pulse it until everything is combined. Once it is combined, just going to add it to the rice and stir it all together. Don't let the green fool you, it's tasty. Y'all, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, and share this with friends. Next, let's make some pan roasted corn. So I'm adding 1 tablespoon of butter to a pan on medium heat. Once the pan is hot and my butter is melted, I'm adding 1 cup of sweet frozen corn to the pan. Now I'm gonna let this roast for about 10 to 15 minutes, stirring it occasionally. While my corn is roasting, I'm just gonna take a can of black beans and just heat them up on low-medium heat on the stove as well. You don't have to add anything to them or do anything special, just warming them up. Now back to our corn. You know it's ready once you see the kernels browning. Then I'm gonna turn off my heat and I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder and salt and pepper to taste. Now for the last step before we build our bowl. Now this is optional, but I personally feel like a sauce is necessary. So I'm just pulling out my blender cup one last time and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of lime juice, 1/4 of an avocado. Now I'm gonna save the other 1/4 for my bowl, and then the other half I'm actually gonna leave the pit in so that it won't brown, and I'm just gonna store it in the fridge in this cute little avocado storage. Then I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of cilantro, 1 tablespoon of avocado oil, a clove of garlic. Now, I don't know if you could see it or not, but I used a large piece. However, if you don't like garlic as much, just use a smaller piece, or you could do about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Just use however much you normally would like. Then 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt, about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, and I also added 1/4 cup of water. Then I'm just gonna blend it again. Now I wanted my sauce to be more of a drizzle, so I added about 2 more tablespoons of water to it after it was blended. You basically want the consistency to look like this, so you can just drizzle it on top. Add additional salt or pepper if the flavors are a little off from the water. Now let's build our bowl. So I'm gonna add my rice, quinoa mix to the bottom, then my corn, chopped tomatoes, black beans, some feta cheese. Then, because technology sometimes fails, you don't see it here, but I actually did add off camera my chicken, my avocado lime dressing or drizzle, whatever you want to call it. That 1/4 of the avocado that I saved, and some more Greek yogurt. And y'all, it turned out delicious. Y'all, thank you so much for watching. And as always, see you next time. Bye.